Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. The final part of the European session will be a trip to the Balkans, the biggest European peninsula. It would take too long to describe all 12 countries in 10 minutes. It wouldn't work. So I shall briefly mention Romania, which is a very special one, far ahead of other Eastern European countries due to the lady you can see here in the left corner, Dr. Norina Gavan, who is, I would say, guilty for two things. The establishment of Romanian Podiatry Association in 2015 and for the official recognition of podiatry as a profession in Romania, which happened at the end of 2018. I shall focus more on the Western Balkan states. Except for Albania, they used to be a part of former Yugoslavia until the year 1991. They share one feature in common, which is not something to be proud of. There is no formal podiatry education in any of these countries. The IWGDF guidelines, however, are known and translations are available. You can see Croatian and Slovenian of the 2023 edition, as well as Serbian and North Macedonian translations of the 2019 editions. Guideline preparation is a hard work, but implementation of the guidelines is even harder. We often say that a guideline is a map. Implementation is a journey. The journey is more important than the map, but a good map helps. In order to facilitate the implementation of the guidelines, Train the Foot Trainer course was organized in 2015 in Bled, Slovenia. It was well attended. There were 38 participants and 8 observers from 17 countries. The progress was discussed at 2 follow-up meetings. The first one in 2016 in Stuttgart, Germany, and the second one in May 2018 in Krakow, Poland. After that, there was a long silence, until I had a phone call in November 2022 from the president-elect of DFUT, Dr. Abbas. He said, and I agreed, that Train the Foot Trainer activities for Europe should be resumed. So we organized a kick-off meeting in Hague during the Diabetic Foot Symposium in May 2023. And then, in February last year, Train the Foot Trainer meeting was organized at Bled, Slovenia again, with 30 participants who were there in person and also 32 participants who attended the meeting online. The country reports on the second day of the meeting were inspiring. They were presented by local champions from the participating countries, whom I shall introduce a little bit more in detail later on. Soon after the meeting, I had a message from Dr. Valentina Kalinic from Bar, Montenegro, inviting the Slovenian team to come to Bar because she wanted to organize a workshop for doctors and nurses from Montenegro. As you can see here, there were many participants, and what I can say, they were all very motivated and eager to start doing the food and improve the food care service in Montenegro. The message from Croatia is strong. Anica Badanjak, a doctor from Zagreb, from Vuk Vrhovec Institute, has been the moving spirit of diabetic food care in Croatia for many years. She was also the main creator of the Croatian model of diabetic food care. But Anica retired. Of course, she has not forgotten about the food. She still takes part in the activities, but she handed over to Dr. Anela Novak, an endocrinologist from Split, a very, very enthusiastic lady who was even faster with the translation of the 2023 guideline than was Slovenia. They started the activities immediately after the Hague Symposium, and they finished in April 2024, earlier than we did. Anela decided to organize a meeting in Zadar in October 2024 in order to facilitate the implementation of the guidelines. And her motto for this meeting was, "We shall start screening." So one of the workshops at this meeting was dedicated to screening, and in particular it was a very practical, hands-on workshop, very well attended. And on top of that, she organized a public health event on World Diabetes Day, November 14th, 2024. So she offered free food screening afternoon at the Split Polyclinic to anyone who wanted to have his feet examined. In Bosnia and Herzegovina, the food care activities were carried out by specialists of physical medicine and rehabilitation since 2015. The two ladies here were the heads of this movement, and they were the ones who organized the Serbian translation. This document was also very useful for Serbia, and in Serbia we have another enthusiast, the lady from Kragujevac, the doctor, Assistant Dragana Bubanja, who also decided to organize a workshop about food care activities. It was planned for November 2024, but due to some administrative obstacles it had to be postponed, but it was organized in March this year, and it was a great success. It was a practical workshop again. Northern Macedonia has a long history of organized diabetic food care at Skopje Clinic. and the head person is Assistant Professor Irfan Ahmeti, who is also the Vice President of Macedonian Endocrine Society. The activities have been running since BLEED 2015, and the good news is that also there is close cooperation with Albania and with Kosovo. The last country I would like to present is Kosovo. Dr. Merita Emini Sadiku is a local champion in Pristina. She, together with her team, has established an efficient foot unit in the Clinic of Endocrinology in Pristina. This unit offers training of family doctors and nurses from other 6 regions of Kosovo and also organizes national and international professional meetings. We have developed close cooperation between Pristina unit and Ljubljana foot unit, with the doctors from Kosovo coming to Ljubljana for training. And the good news is also that the PhD students from Kosovo have enrolled for PhD studies at Ljubljana University. So, the messages from the Balkans are that nothing great was ever achieved without enthusiasm. It doesn't matter how slowly you go, as long as you do not stop. Or, as Bob Dylan said, the times, they are changing. I'm happy they are. Thank you.